Hi, my name is Joanne, and this video is episode 2 of my journey to monetizing my YouTube channel. I'll link the first video up here if you haven't seen it. The good news is that since my first video last week, I've achieved 3,000 watch hours. In that video, I said I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but one of my kind subscribers explained I can now earn money by connecting a shop and also getting super fans who want to send you money. I'm not sure that I want to do that, but since hitting the 3,000 hour mark last week, I've gained an additional 100 plus watch hours. It's pretty slow going, but since hitting 1,000 subscribers around 3 weeks ago, I've nearly doubled my subscriber base and I now have 1,955 subscribers. I do think that once you hit that milestone of 1,000 subscribers, it's easier to get more. And for me, it took a while to get to 1,000, but I think taking the time was worth it. There was less pressure and I felt I had the space to make mistakes, which is a bit of a theme that I keep on coming to. Okay, so what's the plan this week? Well, I'm continuing on with my strategy. I'm going to continue practice talking in public. You'll see here that my background looks very, very different to Hong Kong. And that's because I'm currently in Krakow in Poland, where I've spent the weekend before I head to London for a couple of projects. Being overseas makes me feel a lot less self-conscious. And if anyone is watching, they're not going to see me again. So that's a good thing. So let's talk about YouTube while I take you for a walk around the main square of Krakow, which you'll see in the background. In case you don't know, Krakow is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I'm standing in front of the clock hall here in the main square. And even though it's busy, it doesn't seem to get the same volume of tourists as, let's say, Prague. And I think it's because they haven't shot a big budget movie here, so that the sites are less recognizable and people don't come. However, if you do want to visit a beautiful city in Europe, I thoroughly recommend it. It has a bit of an undiscovered vibe, so get here before everyone else does. My second strategy is also getting comfortable with my tech. I'm using my DJI Pocket 3, and this camera is so discreet and gives a much better image and sound than my phone, and it's much more comfortable to use. I'm going to keep using it. And the last time I made a sound audio mistake where the audio was only coming out of one side. And again, a subscriber gave me some advice, which I'm going to be actioning in this video. So hopefully I've learned something and I've got it right this time. So as I've mentioned before, my plan is to keep on working on my video editing skills and creating videos a little bit faster. I've been testing out a few new things like using Final Cut Pro on my iPad to create the animation letterings and drawings. I'm still using DaVinci Resolve as my main editor, but in this instance, using Final Cut Pro to do this is a lot faster. My next strategy is to create at least one video per week for my niche. In my niche, AI skills do well, but I also want to continue making videos that I want to build up bank of interior design videos that are full of solid advice for my niche. Though none of these videos will go viral, and I'm not expecting them to, I want to be known for quality content and a good resource for designers. Which gets me to the next point. I think one of the things that you have to remember is why you're in YouTube in the first place. If it's to become a YouTuber, then virality is very, very important. But if you are trying to sell a service or product, then I think one of the things is also have a good base of videos of topics that your ideal clients are searching for. It's also true that even if your video doesn't take off, you're providing valuable content which is searchable and you're still building watch hours. So it's a win. In my case, I wanted to start a design series that focuses on design in the places that I visit. I travel a lot. And it's straddling two niches, design and travel. But as I said before, I'm in an experimental phase, trying to get things out so that I can get to a place where I've developed my own style. One thing, being a designer, which is relevant for YouTube creators, has taught me that experimenting is very much a part of a valuable process and has to be embraced. So don't be frightened to try out new things. You'll learn what works and what doesn't pretty quickly. Finally, I want to start making more YouTube shorts. This is not because I want to go viral, but because short form video can be created relatively quickly. and I can practice my video skills more without the time it takes to create a longer form video. And even though I only made a 10-second video, it gives me the opportunity to practice some of my skills. So I'm going to use shorts quite intentionally. As you can see, I can get some great B-roll, so I'm going to lean into that. I'm going to head in and look at this church here, which apparently is absolutely stunning. And then I'll wrap up and head to the airport in around an hour. So I better head to my hotel afterwards and pick up my luggage. And until next week, bye from Krakow, and I'll see you at my next stop, which is London.